Hi football enthusiasts! Subscribe, give us a like and comment on today's Champions League games you're planning to watch. And while you're typing your picks, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Liverpool Trust Club. The Reds are working on top signings based on Jurgen's requirements in the summer. Kevin De Bruyne has hinted that the 2022 World Cup could be his last. I'm obviously 31 and I don't know what will happen in 4 years. Belgian international midfielder said. Croatia coach Zlatko Dalic has named the preliminary squad for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar with 34 football players included on the list. The manager will announce the final roster of 23 to 26 players on November 9th. Teams are not scared of Liverpool anymore. It's slowly mirroring what happened with Old Trafford, Paul Merson thinks. Juventus intend to have Alvaro Odriozola on loan in January, according to Tuttomercato. AC Milan head coach Stefano Pioli has had his contract extended for a further 2 years. The club has announced the new deal with the 57-year-old Italian lasts until June 30, 2025. The previous one may have expired at the end of the season. Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot has emerged as a transfer target for Chelsea. I think Ronaldo did quite well in the match against West Ham. He did what we expect, lead the pressing, Ten Hag noted. Barcelona have decided that actor Bellerin's contract will not be renewed, though the Catalans will prioritize the signing of a right-back in January. Real Madrid is our biggest competitor. I hope we are ready in time to get past them, Lewandowski stated in an interview with La Vanguardia. We are under pressure. You lose the first place and you are there. We need to get used to that, Mikel Arteta noted. The Ukrainian Football Association will appeal to FIFA in a bid to get Iran thrown out of the Qatar 2022 World Cup. Real Madrid are strongly dissatisfied with refereeing in Spanish league games. Los Blancos officials believe that referees are more loyal towards Barcelona. Romelu Lukaku risks missing the World Cup, as during the clash versus Sampdoria, the Belgian injured the hamstring of his left thigh. Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest, West Ham United and Olympique Marseille are set to enter the race for Ruslan Malinovsky in January. Real Madrid are keeping tabs on sporting defender Pedro Porro. The Merengues scouts have been monitoring the Spaniard for several years. Alvaro Morata's injury turned out not to be serious, thus he is able to participate in the World Cup tournament. Tottenham Hotspur are the main candidates to sign Sassuolo's Davide Fratesi. Other approaches for the midfielder include Juventus, West Ham and Atletico. Monza defender Pablo Mari has left hospital yesterday morning. We are to recall that on October 28th, Mari underwent successful back surgery after being stabbed in a shopping center in Milan. Bosnia and Herzegovina will not play a friendly against Russia on November 19th. Bosnia's Football Association president Viko Zelikovic said that the meeting will be extended for some future date. I didn't join Barcelona to win the Ballon d'Or, as some have said. The Ballon d'Or doesn't obsess me. In life, I have achieved everything I have set out to do, Robert Lewandowski told La Vanguardia. Barcelona consider Villarreal winger Nicolas Jackson as an alternative to Ousmane Dembélé, reports El Mundo Deportivo. Borja Iglesias has become the first Real Betis representative in the 21st century to score 8 goals in the first 12 league appearances. AC Milan have interrupted their unbeaten streak of 17 away matches in Serie A. Luis Suarez's brace against Liverpool Montevideo helped Nacional lift their 49th ever Uruguayan championship title. Manchester United are lining up a move for Norwich City right-back Max Aarons in January, according to The Sun. Arsenal have made a formal contract offer to defender William Saliba as they look to tie down the Frenchman at the club. Gary Neville has stepped down from his role as a Salford City's chief executive, with his former Manchester United teammate Nicky Butt named as his successor. Anthony Martial returned to training with Manchester United. The 26-year-old could feature against Real Sociedad in the Europa League on Thursday. Lewandowski was on the list, but he had been in pain in his back for several days, and we decided that it would be better if he rested, Xavi added. Opinions in the dressing room are the only ones that count, Milner said at the press conference ahead of the Napoli game. Alex Balde is now ahead of Hector Bellerin in Xavi's pecking order for right-backs at Barca, according to Javi Miguel. Speaking to Tribal Football, Mesut Ozil's agent Erkut Sagut said, "He could never play for another English club. He's not like Aubameyang. He loved his time at Arsenal and is still in contact with a lot of players. Not Lee Saka, they have a special relationship." Real Madrid boss Carlo Ancelotti risks a 4-game ban after commenting on Girona's penalty call yesterday. AS reports, Gerard Piqué has reportedly made it into Spain's World Cup preliminary squad list, despite being retired from international football long ago. Here are the results of yesterday's fixtures. Moving on to the main news of the release. As for yesterday's matches, we are to highlight Roma's victory over Verona, 1-3. Mourinho's team responded to Dawidowic's goal with accurate shots from Zaniolo, Volpato, and El Shaarawy. Therefore, the Yellow and Reds climbed to the 4th spot and are behind Napoli by 7 points. The agent of Juventus midfielder and the France international Paul Pulga, Rafaela Pimenta, has reported that her client will not play at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar due to an injury. After medical examinations on Sunday and Monday, it's extremely painful to inform that Paul Pogba will still need rehabilitation after his operation. For this reason, Paul will not be able to join the France team in Qatar, Pimenta claimed. According to us, Xavi has demanded that the Barcelona coaching staff refrain from informing him about what's going on in the press henceforth. Xavi has also advised Barca players to stay away from the media as much as possible. The gaffer has decided to disconnect himself from the media. Xavi's decision will also see him cut off from watching TV, listening to the radio, and reading newspapers. The Barca head coach is convinced that the media is distracting his team with lots of fake news and biased reporting, making waves about the Blaugrana. Xavi has made it clear that Barca's biggest target this season is winning La Liga and fighting for 3 more trophies: Europa League, Spanish Super Cup, and Copa del Rey. The stellar Portuguese has mocked another Sky Sports channel presenter. During the pre-match warm-up against West Ham, Ronaldo ran into the frame to say hello, but acted rather selectively. Cristiano shook hands with Luis Saw and Jamie Redknapp, while Gary Neville was conspicuously snubbed. The former Man United captain heavily criticized Ronaldo for his scandalous behavior during the clash versus Spurs. Even the status of former teammates did not save Neville from Cristiano's wrath. By the way, in August, the Portuguese behaved in an identical manner towards Jamie Carragher. Kylian Mbappe has been linked with a move away from Paris Saint-Germain, and Manchester City are keeping tabs on his situation. Sky Sports reporter Dharmesh Sheth has told Give Me Sport that Manchester City are keeping a close eye on the situation of Kylian Mbappe, and the Premier League champions could make a move for the 23-year-old French attacker at the end of the season. Mbappe is reportedly unsettled at Paris Saint-Germain and wants to leave as soon as possible. Previously, Fabrizio Romano confirmed that the player's situation at PSG is tense and he is looking for a way out. PSG striker Lionel Messi have various options to pursue his career path. According to The Athletic's David Ornstein, PSG will insist on extending the agreement with the 35-year-old Argentine, whose contract expires in the summer of 2023. La Pulga was also linked with Inter Miami and even an eventual return to Barcelona. As the source claims, the most advanced option is to move to the MLS. The franchise has been awaiting for Messi's arrival for quite a while, hoping for him to join Inter in the upcoming months. Negotiations between two sides have been ongoing for several years, therefore confidence is growing that this transfer is to be completed in the near future. What's more, no other talks are expected until the end of the 2022 World Cup. In January, Messi will have the right to pen a preliminary contract with the new team. Folks, check out the new video from our Inside Football project and find out how Hakim Mastor, who was performing at the same level as Neymar, ended up at the second division of the Moroccan League. Have a great time watching. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.